China fakes everything part 27. In this tofu drag apartment, you don't need water pipes. Your electric sockets also supply water. That's totally safe. These are blocks of meat, not bricks, and they will go into hot pot restaurants. I don't know, it doesn't look like it's meeting health safety standards. A restaurant adds anti-diarrhea medicine to its meals so that the customers don't get sick. I wonder why. And you really have to be careful walking in China. You never know when falling objects might happen. China fakes everything part 28. WTF.
喂，这好了，这个到底的，好像这是啥工程啊？是啥工程
？This is a tire needle, so auto shops can scam you. Hide it in a glove, so when they take it off the rim, it's damaged, so you have to replace the whole tire.
轻轻地在边上按几下，你的轮胎就报废。这个时候啊，他会跟你说这个。
This is just funny. They're known to steal military footage and movie posters and ideas, but Call of Duty China? Okay, forget all about the dogs and cats eating jokes. Here, apparently donkey meat is something that in China can be faked too. I didn't know they consume that. They use female pig and horse meat with donkey flavoring agent. They add sodium nitrite beyond the health standard level. China fakes everything part 29. This car is made of cardboard. This car is made in China. The classic gutter oil, recycle and reuse. Last few videos we introduced the gracious developers of Chinese real estate. They hid food inside the walls. This time it's Rice Krispie. Oh, no, sorry, it's foam. It's like that Japanese show. Is it chocolate or is it furniture? Not only is it used in between walls, it's also on the windowsill. And the walls look like the crispy chocolate cover of ice cream. So easy to break off and peel off. China fakes everything 30. Please do not remove the lifesaver.
请勿随意移动，公共救生设施。
Where is the lifesaver? I am shooketh. Shooketh, I tell you. Why does this rice look like it's made from rubber? The staged CCP official in the rain, a classic. China fakes everything 31. These are fake beef roll made with fat and some type of meat. I hope it's meat. And it's to fake a higher quality beef roll. And this woman sells a phone-sized watermelon for 30 yuan. And the man filming questioned her scale. When they removed the wooden board, the price came down to just 19 yuan. Clearly it was a scam. These persimmons are not ripe, but after a slight dab with the chemical, in 2 days they turn orange. China is just full of chemical tricks. And these are dried goji berries. The ones on the right contain a lot of health benefits. The ones on the left are soaked in sulfur, which is toxic to human. China always says they have great infrastructure. Well, a recent super typhoon hit Hainan province, the island, southmost part of China, and it took all of the wind turbines. First of all, why are you building wind turbines in super typhoon areas? Oh, I know, it's because so they can tell about the great infrastructure they have. Practicality, I hardly know her. Chopping vegetables? Well, you expect your Chinese cleaver to be intact, right? No, not really. The knives are just really badly made. This is supposed to be a household name too. Speaking of quality, what the heck are these bricks? This guy, he bought these bricks from a store to be used for his home improvement. They turn out to be movie props, or either that or this guy really has some superpowers. China fakes everything part 32. This is how they package one pickled vegetable product. China's food safety seems non-existent, with the chili powder mix on the ground straight into the bucket. And this is a dinner where the guests find that their pork ribs seems to have a thick layer of skin that looks like chicken skin. Is this sort of a combination meat or a fusion product? Or when they do talk about food safety, it's the wrong kind of safety.
This BMW's front hood is filled with ramen noodles, and they even got 2 pieces of sausage on there too. I think whoever was doing the body work really thought that food safety meant safety for a car? Then there's the typical dumping of toxic waste into drinking water reservoir, because who cares about screwing over other people in China, right? Not me. And last but not least, they really don't clean the pots well.
China really has a food safety problem. These are pictures of where the chickens are being kept in this chicken soup shop. They're leaving it by the squat toilet. How about finding a piece of tooth in your mooncakes? These are fresh meat mooncakes that she bought, and she found what looks to be a human tooth. And of course, we have the recycled oil from behind the kitchen. Why would you use healthy cooking oil when you can just recycle them at a fraction of the price, right? And I can't even begin to describe what the heck this one is. Carrots in China can be faked in 2 ways. The first way is you buy them from supermarkets. They seem to have been washed and cleaned, and they look perfectly on the outside, but these could have been soaked in formaldehyde, which is poisonous to the body. The second way is that they actually add the dirt onto the carrots after they've been soaked in formaldehyde to make it seem like it just came from the ground. As this video shows, the testing kit will turn blue, which indicates a high level of formaldehyde, which actually on the Hong Kong imports website, it's banned, but in mainland China, it seems like this chemical is still there on produce. And the third type, as this testing kit tells us, it's okay to consume, which is directly from the farmer's market, but that means every time you buy produce from China, do you really need to carry a testing kit?
These are loose screws for rails on a road. The officials claim they do not cause safety issues with the road itself. Sure, but what if someone crashes into it? The rails won't do anything to stop the impact. Chinese tofu jet construction is just dangerous. These fencing on a road was installed backwards. So much care. And this floor sunk in while people were eating. A sinkhole randomly appears in the middle of the street, which causes a lot of pain. And why are walls done with such subpar quality material? Well, because China cares more about cutting corners, make a profit, than about safety concerns.
Now, China, their so-called great infrastructure is the selling point, but Shanghai recently just got hit by a super typhoon, historic. The walls of the building seems to have gone with the wind. Their high-speed rail, well, you get a free massage option when you get on board. And this is how some roads are apparently mended in China. Yes, mended. Not repaired when they crack, but sewn together with steel. And this is part of the road leading in eventually to the Pearl River Bridge. And you see sinkholes everywhere. Great infrastructure. Okay, so I went down this rabbit hole of finding Chinese filter catfishing videos, and some of the ones that I found is just outright ridiculous. Shocking. And then you have this picture. Yeah, that's a statue of Mao, and the filter went onto him instead. And then you have this one here. This guy is back. This is a second video I found of him.
再把杀手卷刘海安装上去，各种角度展示了。
Is it even faking? After the Chinese team won the women's table tennis final, getting gold and silver, this is the coach's reaction. They don't look happy at all. How come? And the gold medalist even got a middle finger from one of the audience members. Now, there's accusation that this was match fixing. Sun Yingsha, who got the silver medal, is very marketable. She's only 23, and she was on her way to a Grand Slam title this year. The fans now accuse the gold medalist of being given the win by the silver medalist because Chen Meng, the gold winner, was on her way to retirement. Meanwhile, others believe that Chen Meng was the victim here. She was forced to give up the title to the silver medalist, but in the end, she didn't obey the order. Before the game ended, Chinese advertisement already put out that the silver medalist was the winner. Obviously, this isn't the first time Chinese table tennis has done match fixing. In 1975-1977, for the sake of relationship with North Korea, a Chinese table tennis player was forced to lose. Another one named Li Furong admitted that he did it for the country, so to speak. All right, this is all of the copycat animals that Chinese zoos happen to use to attract visitors because they don't have the real thing. You got the Chinese peacock. You got the Chinese panda dogs. I guess there's plenty of dogs you can use to in place of wolves. You have the African lions. You have the Arctic fox, which I think that's a dog too. You got the little ponies, but it turns out it's a goat. You got raccoons, and it seems like the dog's on duty again. You have parrots, and it's a duck. And you have a walking gorilla.
China's panda dogs are back. They deny painting them as fake pandas, later claim that it's to cover for the lack of pandas. For stage propaganda about hardworking police, they pat water onto the back of the uniform to fake sweat. Classic China. Who is stronger, stairs or shoes? And especially when they're both made in China. It's really a quality battle. Ever seen pebble concrete for your rebar steel? Well, that's definitely not supposed to be the case for your wall, but that is the right mix for walls in China. Fake beef, 3 levels. Low level, it's duck meat and additives. Mid level, it's pork and duck mix with additives. And top level, it's pork with additives. China fakes everything 34. China fakes everything food edition 3. The gutter oil galore. You will never find them doing it during the day, of course. This video says Chinese kitchens add gentamicin sulfate and bismuth subcarbonate to the particular egg soup to stop diarrhea. Wait a minute. Why would they need to stop diarrhea if things... okay. Whatever is in that brown liquid doesn't look like it's giving me proteins, carbs, or healthy fats. China fakes everything tofu drag part 2. These are dangerous. A mother holds her child. The ceiling collapsed. And this one, a 19-year-old delivery man was hit by building pieces falling on him. Meanwhile, the inside of some buildings have stairs like these. Tofu drag means the poorly made structure of anything, the most iconic being building materials that look like tofu drags, which are left behind pieces of tofu making. And this is the inside of the Chinese-made C919 plane, a plain tofu drag. You really feel like you're in the clouds. The cabin was full of dense fog, water droplets came down from the ceiling. Classic Chinese construction. Imagine you're having lunch and the next second you're underground. These guys were doing exactly that. Well, at least you can say hi to the salon guests downstairs.
What if your fireworks turn into missiles? Apparently they are in China. This is a firework hitting the wall of a building, and it cracked a hole in it. I think that's supposed to be bricks or concrete. Ever seen a road sink like that? A heavy truck could do that in China. Or, just regular old sinkholes. Or the bus. China Fakes Everything Whole Edition.